This is my buddy Teddy, and today's the best day of the week called Teddy Tuesday. Every Tuesday I pick Teddy up and we spend the day doing fun things. Today we were heading out of town to Charleston, South Carolina, so we stopped by to see Grandma at her work before we left. We got to Charleston and Teddy was not a big fan of the horses. We had to get the pup cup, and then we went to PetSmart because I was going to fit Teddy for some new shoes. That pavement was getting hot. Look how handsome he is. We headed to the water, peeped the dolphin, and then we checked into our hotel. Teddy got his taco in the form of a treat, and then we headed out for more adventures. We took a ride around the city, and then went to Wolfgang Bakery so Teddy could get some treats, and of course another toy. Then we headed to Rainbow Row in the park and finished a good Teddy Tuesday. I destroyed the most famous doghouse in the world so I could build it back better and bigger. I went from this hole in the wall to this after drywall and wiring, and then it was time for a fresh coat of paint. I got that done and then found out my supervisor hired another supervisor, so I was really under watch. I had to get the roof done, so I put 4 different sizes of wood together and then cut them to make the roof. I figured out what angle I wanted and then hung it on the wall, and then it was time to wire Teddy's Ring doorbell. After that, I made some spaces for the lights to push them out from the wall, and then I test fit the lights that you voted for. It was looking good, but it was time for stone. I made a template of the house to make stone laying easier, and then my supervisor hired another supervisor. I wasn't really worried about her though. Then it was time for stone. It was looking great, but I was filthy and it was 2 a.m. and somebody texted the neighborhood group chat and asked who was cutting at 2 a.m. So it was time to quit for the night. But I woke up the next morning and put in some really satisfying pieces, including that one. And then after all that work, it was looking like a doghouse. But you have to stick around for part 4. We're putting in a working chimney, unveiling the new doormat, and much more finishing touches.
Returning Teddy to 2020 in 3, 2, 1.
Teddy! I just got this half-used bottle of hand sanitizer for $200. Such a good deal. Oh, not again. Who are you?
Returning Teddy to 2025 in 3.
He never stops you from... Get back here! This is Richard, a defeated shelter dog at Anderson County Paws in Anderson, South Carolina. He's been there almost 4 months, and we got word that people keep passing him up because of how scared he acts, but it was heartbreaking to see him in person. We introduced ourselves, got him comfortable, and then we decided to break him out and give him the best day ever to try to get him adopted. We started with a pup cup, and then it was a hot day, so we put on Teddy's tennies to protect his paws against the pavement. We headed to PetSmart and fit him for a new leash and collar, and he started to loosen up a little bit. We tried some treats, played with some toys, and then we made him his own dog tag. We checked out the fish, and after that, we headed to the park. He got his chicken taco, and then it started to sprinkle, so we put on a guy in a golden rain jacket, and then it started to pour. I could tell he was sad being inside, and I wanted to give him the best day ever, so I said screw it, and we played in the rain. We played in the rain for a bit and got soaked, but it wore Richard out. He fell asleep in the car, and we went extra slow to give him a good nap before the shelter, but we had to take him back. You can find him at Anderson County Paws in Anderson, South. This is Elvis, an 8-year-old hound dog that was abandoned at Anderson County Paws in Anderson, South Carolina. Day after day, he's passed over because he's too old, so we went there to break him out and give him the best day to try to get him adopted. We got a pup cup, then we went to PetSmart to pick out a toy and some gear. We played around, fit him for a new collar, tried some treats, and then he got to make his own dog tag. He was looking good in the new tag, and then we headed home to give him a bath because he was a little bit stinky. Teddy stayed close by for moral support. We had walked a bunch already, so we put him in the cart to give him a break, and then the rain rolled in, so we put him in a rain jacket. While we waited out the rain, he got some extra lovin', and then we headed to Poppy's Tacos where he patiently waited for his chicken taco, and he loved that. We walked for a bit and then put him back in the cart so we didn't wear him out. Then we went to the Barkery Bistro so we could pick out a treat for later. After that, he was ready for a nap. We took him back with a bag full of goodies. You can find him at Anderson County Paws. I'm headed to bed. Don't go outside, the alarm's set. And don't stay up all night, and don't drink all my lemonade. Good night. Glad to see you didn't stay up all night, and thank you for saving me some lemonade. It's a smell. Teddy! Teddy, I'm here for movie night. Coming in. Oh, hey, buddy. What are we watching tonight? Oh, Harry Potter. You get too into these movies. Magic is not even real. I'm gonna go get a snack. Oh, what a weird kid. What, gonna cast a spell on me?
Are you serious? A shrinking spell? Turn me back right now, Teddy!
Really? The chips are still mini. No more magic. Teddy! This is my buddy Teddy, and today's the best day of the week called Teddy Tuesday. Every Tuesday I pick Teddy up and we spend the day doing fun things. Today the first thing we did was went and got a pup cup. After that, the pavement's getting hot this time of year, so we put Teddy's shoes on to protect his paws against the hot pavement. Then he went and saw Grandma. I think he was a little bit excited. After that, we sprinted back to the truck because it was time to go to PetSmart and pick out the weekly toy. Teddy tried on this St. Patty's Day gear, and then he quickly chose his toy. He chose this lamb. We checked out the fish for a bit, and then we noticed this bin full of toys and thought of the shelter dogs, so we bought the whole bin to take to Anderson County Paws. We loaded up and headed there and dropped off the toys, and then we went to Chewy's to get the chicken taco. Sometimes I wonder if Teddy even tastes these things. Then we went to Wolfgang Bakery, and Teddy picked out a treat for later, and then we got the truck wash because it's pollen season in South Carolina. Teddy got his treat, and we finished the day in his house watching a movie. It was a good Teddy Tuesday. This is Shadow, a resident at Anderson County Paws in Anderson, South Carolina. He was rescued from an unspeakable animal cruelty case where he was locked inside of an abandoned house with no food or water, and he survived. We headed there to break him out and give him the best day ever to try to get him adopted. We started out the day with a pup cup from Starbucks, and then we headed to PetSmart to fit him for a new leash and collar. We went to play with some toys, but he didn't care. He just wanted to be loved. We checked out the cats and got spooked by that kitten, and then we headed to Greenville, South Carolina to take a walk by the river. After a bit, we went to Poppy's Tacos where he patiently waited for his chicken taco. He got that and he just cared about the chicken. He didn't even eat the tortilla. We checked out the geese at the park, and then he got some loving from some new fans. Then we checked out the waterfall and took a drive down Main Street. After that, we went to the Barkery Bistro where he got some treats and he got a new bow tie. He took a nice long nap on the way back to the shelter, and we played in the dog park. You can find him at Anderson County Paws in Anderson, South Carolina. Let's get him adopted. Teddy, the fans have voted. They want spooky decorations. Sorry.